A new 11-acre development is going to come to West Lafayette down in the general vicinity of what we heretofore have referred to as the Levee area. This will not be on the Levee, but this is going to be on the southeast corner of the intersection of State Street and River Road. And Trita Ventures, who is a Lafayette-based developer, is putting together plans for an 11-acre mixed-use project that's going to have 960 units. It's going to be the biggest of all these big apartment complexes so far, which is saying something because they're pretty darn big. It'll be called the District at Tapingo. It's going to have a series of 5- and 6-story mixed-use buildings situated around a new public street grid. That's been part of what this entire Levee district process has been after, is like making those streets be a little more logical down there. So the River Market apartments and the Speedway gas station that are there on State Street on 26 there, and the Hampton Inn, it's going to be behind those. They're going to tear down the existing building there that faces River Road. Let's bring this up on a map, or do I have a map of this? I got a couple of cool images of it, but I don't think I have a map. So let's bring up the map and I'll show you exactly where we're talking about. Here we go. So what we're looking at here, of course, is West Lafayette. And if you're not here from the Greater Lafayette area, quick way to tell, two quick ways to quickly find it on the map when you're zoomed out like this. And oh, here's Lafayette, and you zoom into it. Here's the airport. So you can see the two diagonal runways from each other here, the longer runway and the shorter private size runway. Anyway, that's just a little clue. So I'm going to zoom in here. And it's going to go in this plot right here. So here is River Road. You can't see my mouse. Let's do this. Let's get me out of the way. Let me make it so that you can see my mouse, because that will make this a lot easier to tell. Highlight. There we go. Thanks for your patience. Here's River Road that runs north-south right here. And here's State Street /26. This building right here is staying. Silver Dipper Ice Cream, the campus location, is right here. If you haven't had Silver Dipper Ice Cream, that's a whole other story. But this building right here is going to be torn down, and then the development's going to fit in all of this green space right here. So the Hampton Inn is going to stay, and the Speedway gas station that's right here, as well as the tree berm behind it, are going to stay. So pretty darn big development coming in there. And I do have a couple of images and renderings to show you of what they're planning on doing with. So let's start with the renderings. Here we go. So in this rendering, it shows as a series of 5 buildings, so it is not small whatsoever. This is Tapingo Drive along the southern border. This is River Road, and then this is State Street. And then this is more of a artist's rendering of a satellite view. 3D rendering, that's the word I'm looking for. So again, this is the existing building. This is where Silver Dipper is right here. These are the new buildings. Big one with a courtyard. And a couple of ones smaller than that. Here is the Hampton Inn over on the east side, and these trees over here are where the Speedway is located. I'm a little worried, quite frankly, about what this is going to look like as far as urban-style architecture, but here's a rendering of what they show. So there is indeed street through here, but they do show there are greenscapes to make it pedestrian friendly and bike friendly, and there is street parking here along. And I think we have, I think that'll about do it for those pictures. They claim that these apartments are not going to be targeted towards students, that they're going to be targeted more towards young professionals, young families, that sort of thing. There is no doubt that we need that kind of housing here in the Greater Lafayette area. I'm just interested to see if that theory actually holds up. Yes, it is down at the bottom of the hill. This is about the easternmost extent of West Lafayette before you cross the river. But there is an existing apartment building that's staying that is currently student-based. So the thing that's going to keep them from targeting students is it's not by the bed, it's by the apartment. But there are many apartment buildings in the Purdue University vicinity that are by the apartment and not by the bed? Are they going to keep students out with some other mechanism? I don't think so. You don't know for sure what's going on here. But drop in the chat what you guys think about all of this. More beds coming to the area. It's going to have 15,000 square feet of retail and commercial space. I'm trying to see how many beds they're going to have here. 681 units, 1,687 beds. So that works out to just under 3 beds per unit on average. So we'll see what happens here.